This mission is a simple in and out. Agent Valerian, you'll be running solo.
Amigos de Cómo, Valerian ya se estrena este fin de semana y tenemos el especial, cómo no, vamos a platicar con el director Luc Besson. How are you, sir?
Very good, thank you.
I only work with my partner.
Hi.
We're a team.
Amigos de Cómo, también tenemos a los protagonistas de Valerian.
Me encanta México.
You know Spanish now?
No.
Ni poquito.
Un poquito, sí.
Valerian, it's a huge movie with a lot of effects, a lot of creatures. How difficult is to adapt this story with so many characters and so many environments to the big screen?
It's 7 years ago when I start, I say to myself, let's try. I even say, let's try, because I think you need to be courageous to go to such an enterprise. It's almost like being in the front of the Himalaya, and then you watch the thing and you say, I will never drive this thing. So I surround myself with a lot of different artists around the world. I took my time. We make drawings for a year, exploring space. And then 4 years ago, I say, okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. Let's try to do it, because it's a massive, there is more aliens and imagery and things than any other sci-fi film you can find around, for sure.
Welcome to Alpha, the city of 1,000 planets.
Yeah, well, I don't think Luc ever has a problem making something original and fresh. You know what I mean? Luc has such a distinctive voice and a distinct style, and he worked on this movie for 10 years. It's the movie he's been dreaming of his whole life. Mm-hmm. So I think it really is a new flavor. It's bright, it's colorful, there is a quirkiness to it. Every frame you see, it's a Luc Besson film, and I don't think that Luc ever has a problem making things distinct.
And I think the world's been asking for this kind of film, for something new, for something they aren't aware of. I think some people do like kind of knowing about it, but I think so many people, they've been ready for this. There's definitely an opening for Valerian that people need to kind of divulge into.
History is on the margin.
You have a reference.
We have people.
Yeah, there were people. We weren't acting to many tennis balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to imagine every single creature, because they are different sizes. And how was that?
That's why we had to do our homework.
It was fun, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like being a kid again. You go to work, you put on the superhero suit, and you play pretend. You just have to tap into your imagination. It's fun.
After centuries of peace and prosperity, an unknown force wants to destroy all we have created.
In this case, how hard is to be original in this world, in these sci-fi movies that it's in the market now?
The first thing is the freedom, and it's the key. Today, when you do a sci-fi through America, through Hollywood, the one who get the reins of the thing are the financial people. So they are telling you, take this guy because it's better for Spanish market, and do this and do that, and they care about rentability. And so what you have at the end is a product, sometimes good, but it's so made that you lose the flavor, and you watch the film and you say, yeah, okay, it's good, but where is the peps? Where is the craziness? Where is this thing that we need when we create, that we find in music, in paintings, in architecture, in films? We lost that. So it's interesting that now the job of a creator is to protect himself first, to be able to choose 12 designers around the world and to let them work for a year, to come back with 6,000 drawings, and to choose with what you love and what you think it's good and for a purpose, and try to put the commercial money outside, and this was the tough job. But that was tough 20 years ago when I did the Fifth Element. Mm-hmm. It was the same. The film get in US the Fifth Element, didn't work so well, you know, because it was too different, too strange. And it became a classic after 15 years. And here I'm doing it again.
Agents Valerian and Laureline, you have less than 10 hours to find the threat and eliminate it.
Let's get to work. I mean, I think when you think of it in terms of having a football-sized blue screen room that you're going to every day for 6 months, it sounds a lot harder than it actually was, because with Luc, he's so generous with the information that he gives you. You know, there was a book about this big with all the aliens and the different, what they look like, what they ate in the morning, you know, all the different information, and also the visuals. You know, he's been making this movie for 10 years. Every character was drawn out to detail, and also every character was played by an actor as well, which helped a lot.
Every species has shared their knowledge and their intelligence with each other. It's paradise.
I'm just, I don't want to do a fast food. I want to take the risk to blow away the head of people. And it's fine if some people get out and say, oh my God, it's too much, I don't understand the thing. But some others will blow their mind for the next 15 years. So.
$200 million of dollars you have for the budget of this movie, right?
No, so 170.
170.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
The price of the ticket is the same.
Exactly. But I'm wondering how difficult that's a pressure or a freedom for your
the money.
process?
The money is not involved in my process at all.
No.
It's I pay the people with the money. That's all. When I did my first film, I couldn't pay anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I can pay people now.
Yeah.
But when you watch the film and you watch the special effect, you know where is the money. You know, it's basically not in my pocket or not in a bank. It's on the film.
The whole universe is after us.
We need the two of you to be the guardians of our future.
There's no lie compared to that. It's we propose something where, you know, at the end when you watch it, you say, "Whoa, I know where the money went," and that's the most important. I mean, there's no lie compared to that. But you know, the profitability was not in my process of my creative process at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it was just kind of like a dream scenario. You know, I got a phone call saying Luc wanted to meet with me, and the next thing I knew, I was sitting across from him, and he was saying, you know, I'm making the movie I've wanted to make my entire life, and I want you to star in it. I couldn't really even believe it was happening, but it was such a gift. It was like winning the lottery.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Valerian, trust me.
I've seen many actors for Dane. I've seen many actresses for Cara. They were the best for the part, and that's it. And that's the only way to choose.
Yeah, I mean, I'd met Luc over breakfast. It was the same for both of us, which I thought was very funny. You know, when my agent first called me and said that Luc wanted to meet me, I was just so surprised and very confused. I'm a huge fan of Luc's work, always have been since I was a kid. So I just couldn't really wait to sit down with him and talk to him. And as soon as he mentioned the comic books and how long he'd been reading them since he was a kid, how they inspired him, I just knew I wanted to do the role. But for neither of us, we didn't have the kind of same usual castings and I guess like the tapes and the callbacks. I had like a little kind of drama school-esque type thing that I did with him once, but apart from that, he just picked us, which was amazing. Home sweet home.
Since my first film at 19 years old, I always take the best actor for the part. It's my only concern. This year is full of big Hollywood film with big stars who take $20 million to make the films and they flop. So where is the truth? They choose these guys because they were popular and bankable, but the film didn't do anything. So I'd rather take the people who are good for the film. You know, it's way much more healthy. And I'm you know, Cara for me is amazing in the film, and Dane is a new DiCaprio for me. So I'm totally in accordance with my cast, and I won't change for anything in the world.
Which is your dream about the movie, for the future of this movie, for the people?
Oh, it's finished. It's done. It's here. It exists. It will exist today, tomorrow, and in 10 years, and in 20 years. And that's what makes me so happy. And I have to thank the people, because I was not expecting when I was young that 20 years later people will still talking about The Big Blue or Fifth Element or Nikita or Leon, and I'm surprised every day to see that these characters that I create are still alive, you know, like almost part of your history. You know, people remember Leon like if it's a friend, like if they know him, and it makes me very proud, and I'm sure Valerian, the people that the generation in 10 years, 12 years, people who are not even born now, they will watch the Valerian in 10 years, they will say, whoa, fuck.
The research that you have to do, I think you have to read a lot of things about the comic, a lot of things about this world, this universe, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of comics, but unfortunately not a lot of them are in English. So we looked through them, but of course a lot of them are just visual references, a lot more. Obviously the comics that were in English we could read. Hopefully now the movie's been made, they'll be translated, because I think comic book fans will really love this.
And you have to make, let's say, two ways of acting. One, you are superheroes. Another, you are in love. So how difficult is it to make this combination between being a tough guy, a tough girl, and having feelings for each other?
I think heroes fall in love too. It's wrong to say that you can't do both. I mean, I think what makes it so great is that they are human. Every single character in this movie, whether they're alien or not, has the human qualities of having the strength and the vulnerability in one.
We get on just great. You flirt, I smile.
Yeah, I mean, their love for each other is what drives them forward. So even when they're out saving the universe, they're still looking after each other. You know, like that's a big part of Valerian and Laureline, is they're a team and their love drives them forward. They operate from a place of love. So even when they're out, you know, saving the world, they're still in love.
Yeah, we're a team.
Which are your favorite characters?
In Valerian?
Yes. Because the first sequence that you made with this time lapse.
Yeah. There's few that I love. I love the Dauk, who are the first alien we see in the film. They're very tall, big lips, and they walk a little bit like this. You know, and they shake hands, and I love them because they have a lot of humanity. They're not a big part in the film, but they're very impressive. I love Mello, the little animal, who can transform. You give him a diamond and he can shoot basically 1,000 diamonds. I love the Homelites, the one in gold, who take care of banking and informations. They're cool. I mean, I love them all.
Which is your favorite creature or your favorite character of the movie?
Myself? Joking. I don't know, it's so difficult. There's so many amazing characters. Every time I watch the film, I have a different one. I think every time I watch it, the way I feel, depending on the way I feel that day, is the one I kind of relate to the most.
I like Da. Da's my favorite.
It's very funny,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you want to know more about all that creatures, because there's a lot of fans like who want to know everything about each species, right?
I think in the website, the Valerian website, we put a description, because I have a Bible with all this information. I have like almost 5 pages per alien, where they come from, what they eat. I even push, to tell you how crazy I am, like the Dauk, you have the address where they live. You know, like north, northeast, 1 degree, scorpion, you know, the thing. The address is real. Like if you go on the map of the sky, you can find actually the planet where they come from. What I called assure is that the Dauk comes from this planet, but the planet at least exists, you know, somewhere in the map.
And in the movie you show a universe with a lot of species, a lot of kind of creatures, another kind of way to think. That's important for the real world. That's important for the actual world that we are living in this time, that somebody want to build a wall and somebody want to separate the people. So that message, I think it's one of the best thing of the movie. What can you tell me about that message?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so Alpha is the city of 1,000 planets, and it's as if the space station today grew and grew and grew, and now people from every country around the world and aliens from every planet around the universe have come together to live in peace and harmony for the common good of one another. You know, that's the general concept. And, you know, it's a really beautiful, hopeful message for the future. And I hope that 700 years from now we've started to figure that out.
You know, it's very strange, because the politicians are always the one who decide to make the walls. The people are always the one who tear down the wall. Berlin, all the governments were like, oh, the wall, what are we doing? And you know, one night, there's a guy from Berlin, he take his thing, he comes and he say, that's enough. Boom. And that's it. So our representative, politician people are making the wall, and then we putting the wall down. Yeah. So the truth come from us. So don't worry too much. You know, Mexican, through their art, through their history, are loved from many people around the world, and it won't change.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it is a wonderful message about how it's the community. We're all part of one consciousness. We should all be able to learn from each other, make each other better, grow. You know, we're meant to be all different, but really we're all the same. You know, we are breathing creatures that should all be together in happiness.
How percent it comes from you, from your creation, and what percent it's in the graphic?
I think it's what I learned through the time when I was a young director. It was just like, nah, it's me. You know, I was like, you know, pushing all the others. And when I get older, I understand that you're stronger when you're few. You know, you have this big case to move, it's 100 kilos. If we're four, it's easier than if I'm alone. Yeah. So I learned that, I understand that. And part is Christin Mézières, the 29 albums of Valerian, that's one part. Second part is this artist, there are 15 of them who works on the film, plus the people at ILM and Weta, and all this, I let them come in. And then the third part is me, and I try to, you know, come with a lot of ideas too, but it's really the result of all these creative people who works together. And what's interesting, it's exactly the theme of the film. The theme of the film is living together. Yeah. And rather than to think that the foreign guy is a problem, you know, if you come with blue and I come with red, both of us together, we have blue and red. We are richer. Yeah. And I don't know how you can think differently. You bring something, I bring something, we're richer. Yeah. So the theme of the film, it's exactly the way we made the film. And I let this artist to come with their ideas because we are richer at the end of the day. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, gracias. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
very much. Nice to meet you. Soyalexmontiel, pásenla chido. Nos vemos en el cine.